In this week's episode of Zankyou no Terror, 5 takes over the investigation of the terrorist attacks and challenges 9 and 12 to a deadly game of chess. But first, a word from our sponsors! My 4X razor has 4 high-quality stainless steel blades, and you can have this bad motherfucker shipped right to your door. Cut ties with traditional razor blades, and sign up for Dollar Shave Club. Remember guys, you can check out a link for that in the description box below if you feel like being a lazy asshole. It's dollarshaveclub.com/SKG. Shave time, shave money, razor pun. 5 is a devious, underhanded villain who will do whatever it takes to get what she wants. And she wants 9 and 12 on a silver platter. And she'll blow up a whole damn airport to make it happen. This week's episode of Zankyou no Terror was another great episode. It was a little slower paced, a little more plotting, but there was a little bit of development, and we even got to see that Lisa looks like she's going to be a little more useful in this week's episode. What I like about this one is we get to see how menacing 5 and her group are. We get to see that they're taking over the entire investigation against Sphinx, and they're using this to their advantage in order to draw them out. They're creating this fake terrorist attack at this airport, which is meant to draw in 9 and 12. However, 9 and 12 make it very clear that 5 is probably just going to go through with this and even blow this up and just blame it on them anyway. And that adds a lot of tension to the scene. And you can also tell that Shibazaki can pretty much understand that 5 is the one who is manipulating all of these events. He knows that it's probably not Sphinx who's actually getting ready to perform this terrorist attack, and that's because even though 5 has set up this event, she even used a riddle and everything, Shibazaki can tell there's not like an underlying message to it, there's nothing deeper behind it, and he can tell that there's probably something not quite right going on, but the powers that be are not allowing the investigators to get involved, and they're giving all of the control to 5 and her team, who have pretty much set up everything perfectly, and in order to draw them out, it's perfect. They bring them to an airport. There are cameras everywhere. This gives them the perfect opportunity to find 9 and 12, but things are really interesting when they actually get in there, because they know they're probably going to be caught, but they bring in a third party with Lisa to help them out, and I'm not sure how she's going to be helpful. It's really just building up to that. But I love when they first walk in, they see this massive screen, and suddenly 5 takes over, and she shows them this chessboard, and it looks like they're literally going to play a game of chess to see who's going to get caught first or who's going to be able to get out of this sticky situation. And it was a nice build-up episode, and there was a lot of great animation, but it wasn't the best episode of the series. But you can definitely tell that the tension is getting thicker by the moment. So, what's the rundown on this week's episode of Zankyou no Terror? It was a great setup episode. I cannot wait to see how it's going to play out next week. But the thing I like most about this one is 5. Obviously, she's a fantastic villain, and yet she's on the side of the investigators. But it's the lengths that she will go to in order to get what she wants that's kind of creepy. And there was a lot of imagery this week with her that was very disturbing, especially the scene at the beginning where I believe it was 9 or maybe it was 12 that he was having a bad dream and he was suddenly woken up, and it was the same scene when it's them as children running towards that fence. And then suddenly there's this like big Terminator 2 explosion, and 5 is there, and she starts laughing maniacally, and there's all this light exploding through her body. It's very disturbing, and it certainly paints her character in sort of a negative light. And obviously, they don't seem to like her very much, and they still are not getting into their backstory at all. I don't know why they're doing that. It's probably going to be one hell of a bombshell when they drop that too. There's probably a reason why they're withholding it from us. And we do need to remember, this is going to be a very short series. I believe it's only 11 episodes long. So we're definitely at the midway point now, so we can expect things to probably get a little crazier now as the series is going on. Otherwise, everything did look really good this week. The animation, the artwork, and the character designs are just as good as they were in the previous episodes. Everything just looked really gorgeous, and there was great music choices, and the airport setup at the end seems like it's just going to get really intense. I mean, I don't think it gets any more topical than terrorist attacks at an airport. And the tension has just risen tremendously because of that. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen. They're literally playing a deadly game of chess where something could go bad at any second. So, great confrontation. It's definitely still got that Death Note feeling to it, but that's definitely a good thing. But I really love the story behind this, and I just can't wait to see the true backstories of 9, 12, and 5, and why they are the way they are today. Otherwise, great episode. If you're following the series, definitely check this one out because it's a setup to a really great episode for next week. It was really good, but I'd still hope that a little bit more would have happened. Maybe we'd have gotten a little bit more explanation. But otherwise, it was just another really solid episode of the series with incredible production value. Check it out. Thank you guys for watching my review today. Before you leave, make sure to hit that like button so you can give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out our videos a lot. And make sure to tell me what you thought about this week's episode of Zankyou no Terror. How do you think 9 and 12 are going to get out of this sticky situation? And how is Lisa actually going to be helpful to them? Remember guys, make sure and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That way you can see all of our latest anime and manga reviews, like Naruto Shippuden and Tokyo Ghoul. You can also check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. I'll put links for those in the description box below.
Do you like Amazon.com? I know I do. Corey and I now have an Amazon link in our video description box below. And if you go to it and buy anything through Amazon.com, it will support our channel. So bookmark that link, make it happen, and support our channel without having to do a damn thing.
Another great way you guys can help support our channel is by donating directly through our PayPal link in the description box below. We recommend $2 a month, although this is completely optional. But the best way to go about this is by sneaking into your mom's room and taking $2. This way, she won't even notice. And we won't have to shake you up for all of your lunch money. So guys, that concludes this review today. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.